Hello everyone, I just wanted to share with you guys my crafty space. I consider it small even though it looks big because it's basically just along the wall right here. Okay, so first whenever it's in the basement. So when you first come down here, you see this little thing. This is how I keep all my stamps. There's my buttons, and I have some more buttons here in this colander. I love buttons. Okay, this used to be a lamp and it quit working, and so I took it apart. I took the plug out and then I moved the shade down here. All I did is I took off the little top part that's actually screwed into this colander here. I unscrewed it, I took it apart, and I put the shade down here at the bottom. You can see this right here is where it would sit on top of the bulb. It turns and it moves. It turns. And they're just in these plastic containers with these little curtain hooks. Okay. Buttons. Aren't they lovely? I love buttons. All right, I guess we'll start on this wall. There's the stairs. Sorry, we're redoing the basement, hence the ugly floor and the yucky stairs, and ignore it. So this is my beautiful old pedal machine. Oh my gosh, I love it. It's amazing. I have a typewriter. My kids broke a glass, which is why the garbage is up here, because it has glass in it. I have this thing, which my husband and I made out of pallets. And in each of these cubbies is, some fun storage. That's oil for my sewing machine. Here's all my threads, just some fun, pretty things. Some old spools that I have wound some stuff around, yarn and laces. There's more buttons. This has my tatting stuff in it. These are all tags. Aren't those dollies great? I made those. I think they're fabulous. Again, more buttons. There's some old measuring tapes. Here's some pockets. That is lace, and yeah, the cool, pom-pom trim. There's a piece of milk glass. Here I have my stencils, words, and this holds embroidery thread. Another cool Freaky Dolly collection. This box, again, my husband and I made it, again, out of pallet wood. This is all of my books that are gutted and ready to be used. That has my tatting in it. This has paper flowers, mulberry flowers. This has all my dolly parts. Embroidery thread, spools, some stamps, and some pretty more lace and yarn. This was created out of pallet wood too, and I just put the jars in there and have my paintbrushes in it. These are journals I am working in, using. These are my personal journals. One of them, that one's an art journal, that one is a church journal, and that one is just my journal. I have some cool old stamps. This one's an airmail stamp. This one is just a cool one. My embossing powders, because my kids, sorry, kept getting into my embossing powders and dumping them out, so now I have to put them up high. A stamp. Yeah, I'll do all the stuff up here. Again, another box I made out of pallet wood. This is, again, another pallet wood creation, and it holds a lot of my laces and stuff. At the end are leftover signatures, papers, embellishments, and stuff from books I've made, journals I've made, and I just recycle them and use them into new ones. This is a lot of the lace I need to put on cards. See, here's the cards. Got this from Japan whenever we were living in Okinawa. Look at that beautiful baby doll. This is just in the window well, and I just put some boards along the side here, and then pallet wood. So yeah, this is an amazing old stamp. I absolutely love it. This has, that is old milk tops. Buttons, beautiful dolly, clips. That's what I use for my wax stuff. You know, look, isn't it beautiful? Love it. Old keys, flowers, handmade flowers, buttons, molds, corks, zippers, nothing. It's just pretty, so I leave it up there. Okay, but yes, look at all that lace. I love it. It's so pretty, so nice, so pretty, so organized. Here is more of my stamps, just on this tray that I just nailed to the wall. There's another thing made out of, you know, one palette board again, more stamps. This is an old toolbox that I actually, whoops, lacquered. This has my little lace bits in it. Beautiful big old paintbrush. And this just has eyelash trim and, like, you know, yarn bits and pieces in here. Okay, this one. This is an old bread box. There we go. This is an old bread box, and it contains all of my cabinet cards and hankies. And then up there are all of some of my fabric for the charm fabrics. My brother got that purse for me from Cambodia. I took some pallet wood and I nailed it across the supports for these shelves. And then I put some little hooks here and then just put a little dowel so I can put my washi tape up here. See? These are old locker baskets that I rescued from my grandfather's old barn. This one has like fabric and lace yardage. Here are crochet doilies I've just put on an old shower hook and then hooked on here. This is trims and stuff that I need to put on cards and put away. This one is full of trims that are on cards. This one has some Tim Holtz stamps because they're kind of big. My printed on fabric is ready to go. Okay, and it has fabric samples in here. That's what this is. It's all just fabric samples. Okay, and let me back up so you guys can see my desk. Okay, my desk. These are just different Alex type drawers, and this is an old door that I have sitting on my desk. Jesus, gotta have him in your life. He's right there. This little drawer right here holds all of my charms and, yeah, all of my charm pieces. Excuse me. Okay, we'll go ahead and start here and we'll work our way that way. And I'll show you guys. There is my cinch machine. Oh my gosh, I love it. There's my power strip. Okay, first drawer here has all of my shaker card stuff because I do shaker cards. So there's those shaker cards, or shaky stuff for shakers. This is my extras drawer, so I carry, you know, my extra glues and my hot glue gun and extra stuff in here. Big's dies, which I actually think I'm going to be getting rid of. I don't use them. This is my drawer full of books that I use in junk journals, or, you know, pages I use in my junk journals. So I have like English to whatever translation books. I have flower books, dictionary pages, hymnals, map books, that kind of stuff is all in here. Okay, a second set of drawers here. This is all of those project life cards. I use them as bases, or I just put them in there. Oversized cards, and then this is German to English language thingy. It's really cool. Just some concept cards I found at my local Goodwill. These right here are all library cards, indexing cards from my local library. They still had them. They didn't use them. I was like, oh, I want them. And they said, fine, take them all. These are coffee dyed guest check kind of stuff. Here's some old, just paper ephemera stuff that people have given me. Time cards, Rolodex things. And these ones right here are little Rolodex. They are absolutely perfect for tuck spots on the bottom of a page. And here in this corner, I have all of the pretty stationery notebook pads. Next drawer, this is all of my vintage ephemera, like my real antique and vintage stuff. These are all cards and postcards. This is a collection of papers from the 1800s I just got. Look at that, 1894, Marshall's office. But yeah, so these are all my real vintage stuff. And here too, all my real vintage stuff. Like I have ration books in here. I have, oh my gosh, what else do I have in here? I mean, honestly, just so much. It's amazing and beautiful and wonderful, and I love it all. I just love opening this drawer and smelling it because it just smells so good. And in here is where I keep all my little vintage stuff, like, railroad tickets, laundry tickets, little stuff like this, little needle books. That's so pretty. Yeah. Report cards, credit and debit books, life insurance policy books. Yeah, that's where I keep all of this stuff at. Isn't it just so pretty? Sorry, I just love it. I just love true vintage. It's amazing. But anyway, okay, so that's that drawer. Now this drawer holds all of my paper bags, sacks, glossine bags, that kind of stuff. Oh, and this is ticket books. I shared them on the Junk Journal Junkies site, but see, isn't that awesome? They wouldn't fit in this drawer. It's not deep enough, and these things are too long. Anyway, so this is where I keep all of my paper bags packaging. Now this last drawer on this side is where all of junk mail envelopes are kept. Here's all the coffee dyed ones. Here's envelopes that I have embossed. They're kind of in here by size. You can tell little to big. That's where I keep those. All right, and we'll look at the top of the desk and then go across. Here's my little turning caddy. Here are all of my templates, I guess, for signatures. You can see what's in there. See? And in this filing thing, I have all of my ink. This is my Tim Holtz inks. Sorry, move the chair. This is my everybody else inks and re-inkers. Okay, my light. This is actually a architect light. This is an architect light. This little thing I got at the secondhand store. It holds all my colored pencils. Little hand from IKEA. It just holds my cloth. Here is my Big Bite, my crocodile. Those are ones I'm currently done with. This right here is an old CD holder. I basically just bent the two parts apart, so then the bottom was flat instead of pointed. And this is where I keep all of my trimmers, scoreboards, my jelly plate, that kind of stuff. This is a little box thing with my, cut out ephemera I'm going to be using to put on these postcards. That's where my big kick is, and my little one. Just got it. I'm excited about that. Okay. Oh, scissors in the baby's reach. Let's move those. Okay. Here is my third set of drawers. This one has my stamping stuff. As you can tell, the kids like the Post-it notes. But yeah, this is my stamping blocks, my little stamps, and in these baseball card holders is where I keep all of the different little pads for all the different inks I have. Okay, this one holds handmade embellishments and cluster pieces. Yeah, this one holds all the handmade embellishments and cluster pieces and, little tuck spots and stuff. This one holds basically all the other paper bits, ephemera bits, little things I want to use in journals, junk journals. Okay. And this one here is all my scrap paper. And how I have it, because I know which paper pads I have, and so I have them divided up by paper pads. This is just scrappy bits, cut off pieces from regular paper, not scrapbook paper. And then I have them in Ziploc bags according to, this is just neutrals, whites, blacks, and tan. Graphic 45. Yeah, I have them in here in in Ziploc bags according to which paper pad they are. Okay. So for the front here, this is all stuff for the kids to use because they're like scraps too small. Last drawers here. The top one has all of my punches. This one holds all my mixed media type stuff. See, used to have my embossing powders here, but the kids kept getting into it. So, yeah. This one has all of my die cuts, so I can just flip through them. Super easy peasy. Here are my okay, hold on. Okay. Here's my embossing folders. These are my Prima dolls. I love my Prima dolls. Let's see, look, here's some. Isn't that pretty? I love her. Anyway, love my Prima dolls. This one has all of my sprays in it and flowers. This one has all the paint. Just a moment. Sorry. Kids are all outside. Yep, up my very dirty stairs into my yucky house. What?
Can we come inside?
No. If you have to go to the bathroom, you may come inside, but you're not coming in other than that.
No.
No!
Mom said no.
Right here are my shelves that contain all of my paper pads. Here's my paper pads. Here's more of my paper pads, and here's all my paper, all my tea-dyed paper, or my coffee stain paper, all of my colored paper, everything else. And here's some big ledgers. And then here's this part. Sorry, let me move some stuff here. As you can see, I've been coffee dyeing.
Hi, Mommy.
Be quiet. In this pink vase, I have all my vintage wallpaper. That is a book I'm going to be turning into a beautiful Roses and Victorian Ladies book. I have a very pretty old clipboard here that I just love. You know, sometimes you just get stuff because it's pretty. This thing right here contains just old photos that are more retro than vintage. And all of these are different die cuts. I have one drawer for each type of die cut. Like these ones are little mason jars. And then I have pumpkins and yeah, anyway, each one of these drawers contains a different die cut. And these little photo albums here contain all of my like stickers. So here's all my little butterfly ones. Here's flowers and leaves and foliage. And then I have mushrooms in the back. Sorry, I know you can't really see. See, there's mushrooms. There's flowers, foliage. Anyway, it's just a really convenient way to hold all of my stickers and little vintage pieces. Like here's all of Tim Holtz's little people, big people. Here they are in smaller, and then I have like sea stuff and then vintage ladies and weird things. But anyway, that's how I keep my stuff. Anyway, if there's anything you want me to go into more detail about, just let me know. That's an overview. Bye.